The New York Knicks are back. They have won 6 straight victories. They beat the Chicago Bulls again, back-to-back wins for the Knicks in Chicago, 114-91. Once again, I'm Anthony. I'm joined by Chris. Chris, man, the Knicks just keep on rolling, baby.
Yeah, man, they're hot. They're on fire right now, and I thought this game was gonna be a lot closer, and turns out the Knicks just ran away with it. What more can we say? They're just on fire.
On fire for sure, and it got iffy there in the first half, but then, I mean, we can point to a lot of good things that happened tonight, including the number one player of my game, player of the game for me was Quinta Grimes. I mean, Quinta Grimes once again is showing you why the New York Knicks are so high on him, why the New York Knicks love him. Um, he's quick on the offensive end. He defends like a maniac. He could shoot the three. What do you have? 5 threes tonight. This is now the
Yep.
fifth time in his young career that he has made 5+ threes in an NBA game. And I mean, he hasn't even been healthy for a full season. So the future is sky high for Quincy Grimes, Chris.
Yep, and like you said, this is why they didn't want to include him in any trade discussions for Mitchell. He's just showing you a little bit of everything, and he's just scratching the surface. He had 5 threes. He got to the free throw line tonight. He's a plus 21 overall for the whole entire game. Again, he's just showing you why he's such a key part of this Knicks team.
Yep, and everyone contributed tonight, man. This was another great team victory. The Knicks are clicking on all cylinders. Ever since that debacle in Madison Square Garden where the Dallas Mavericks came in and blew out the Knicks, Chris, the Knicks have now reeled off 5 straight wins, and they're clicking, man. Defensively, offensively. Um, I mean, Mitchell Robinson, another gem. 4 offensive rebounds for Mitchell Robinson. Plus 25 tonight. Julius Randle, his shot wasn't really falling. Still dropped 21 and 12. RJ Barrett, first half. If you watch the first half, RJ Barrett was struggling with his shot, forcing it a lot. Finished the game with 27 points, 4 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, he really took over there in the third quarter. Efficient, career high, 6 3-pointers made for Jalen Brunson tonight. 22 points for Jalen Brunson. And obviously, Quentin Grimes, 22 points. So the starters were amazing tonight, Chris. And I mean, it's just amazing to see. Knicks are back, baby.
Yep, it's fun. This is again, this is what we want. And I think I like this win even better because Julius didn't have to go off for 30, almost 40 points for us to get a win. Not to say it's all been Randall, but it's nice to see that we can still win these games and not have to have somebody go off for crazy amounts. It's all around win. Everybody just stepped up and scoring was just so spread out. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, man. And we had a bunch of career highs tonight, tying career highs. Like I said, Brunson, career high, 6 3-pointers made. Jalen Brunson has found his shot over these last 10 games. Mitchell Robinson continues to be a beast on the offensive boards, and that has led to the Knicks getting second chance opportunities, and they're really taking advantage of those second chance opportunities. Isaiah Hartenstein, say what you want about his defense. I was killing him on his defense, but did you know he's also top 10 in the NBA in offensive rebounding alongside Mitchell Robinson, who was number 3. So you have Mitchell Robinson grabbing all these offensive rebounds, Isaiah Hartenstein coming off the bench and doing his part, grabbing all these offensive rebounds. I mean, that's going to give teams havoc, and teams are struggling to box Mitchell out, and they're struggling to box out iHeart, and that's really helping the Knicks with their second chance points.
Yeah, and I think that's a key stat there. I mean, the more chances you got to score, the better. Most likely you're going to win the game. And again, iHeart, I know he's not scoring, he's not, blocking the way that we thought he would when he came to the Knicks, but he sure as hell is putting the effort on the offensive boards. And along with Mitch, that's a nice tandem to have.
It is for sure, man. Things are looking positive. The Bulls, man. I mean, Chris, the Bulls, they look bad this season. They're showing no life. They're They've got beaten by the Knicks now back to back. The Bulls fall to 11-17 on the season. Knicks moved to 16-13 on the season. To think about the Knicks after that Dallas game, they were 3 games under 500, and now they're 16-13 on the season. They're 16-13. They're 9-6 away from the Garden, Chris. Their record away from the Garden is positive. So I mean, things are looking really well for the Knicks, and as a fan, you're seeing the growth from Grimes. You're seeing the growth from Barrett here. Barrett, I mean, he's showing you that, look, a bad stretch isn't going to phase him. He's just going to bounce back and do what he does, man. He just scores. He finds ways to score. 3 of 5 from 3. Missed about 5 free throws tonight, though. But couldn't even have a 30-point game for R.J. Barrett. So things are looking good, Chris.
Yeah, and for RJ, I mean, his 3-point shot is falling lately. So I feel again now that he's a threat from 3-point, it's just opening up his game that much more. And you already know if you're hitting a couple threes, they have to honor that. And what does he do? Drives in, gets some more the baskets in the paint. It's what RJ needs. That 3 ball will open up everything for him.
Yeah, it will. Tyler in the chat, this is the type of play that the front office envisioned when they put this team together. This is good. This is a good basketball team. You got that right, man. Knicks are clicking on all cylinders. 6 victories in a row. And they're not against some bad competition, Chris. They're against some good competition. Beat the Cavs in there. I mean, the Bulls are reeling, so I guess you could say the Bulls are the bad team that the Knicks beat up on. But, I mean, look, you're winning these games you're supposed to win, taking care of business, especially on the road. The Knicks are, even last season, they were a good road team. So now you go to Indiana, another team that you should be able to beat, especially when you're playing like this. Indiana is a tough team at home, but the way the New York Knicks are playing right now is incredible. Randall, Brunson, Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Grimes starting to feel it. Everyone is clicking. Dibs makes the adjustments. We even saw a sighting from Derrick Rose there at the end of the game, getting a standing ovation from the Chicago Bulls fans, which was cool to see. I mean, you just love to see that.
Yeah. Do you think that's all there is to that, though? I mean, was it just to please the fans out there, or was it, Rose is still here, we're not trading him?
Look, there were rumors that Derrick Rose could be sent to Chicago, could be sent to Dallas. We don't know, but it was cool that Tom Thibodeau called for Derrick Rose, put him in the game, got the standing ovation. They were chanting MVP. Obviously, we know what Derrick Rose has meant to the city of Chicago. That was really cool. Tweeted out a video of it if you guys wanted to check it out. Yeah, R.J. Barrett over his last 12 games, 21 points, 6.5 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and plus 84 on the floor. RJ's feeling it, man. Everyone's clicking. Like I said, RJ, Brunson, Randall especially. It started with Randall, but tonight he took a backseat to everybody. Still was able to drop a double-double. Julius Randle, like you said earlier, these are the games that we like to see from Randall when he's not the main scorer on the team. He's a passenger getting everyone involved. And we even saw, I don't know if you remember, but you remember when Reggie Bullock was on this team? And yes. Julius Randle used to do the pick and rolls, and Reggie Bullock used to shoot threes behind Randle. And they used to have like their little pick and roll game, the 2-man game. He did that with Quentin Grimes tonight.
Oh, yes. He actually had that same little chemistry early on with Fournier when Fournier was hitting shots. But that's nice to see. I mean, yeah, when Julius is kind of a decoy and the nights that he doesn't have the offensive game like the past few games he's had, that's what we want to see, Not so much, all right, Julius pass the ball every single time, but, get others involved, swing the ball, and it just goes to show, he can still have a good game, maybe not be a juggernaut offensively, but, let your teammates help you. And this was a good win for the Knicks. It's nice. This streak is nice.
Streak is beautiful. Big task at hand in the chat. When the Bulls lose, the Bulls fan always bring up Jordan. Yeah, man. You got to feel for Bulls fan. I mean, they're reeling right now, and really, it's really good to be on the Knicks end, right? Winning these games, 6 in a row, 6 dubs in a row. Everything's looking positive. What a 180 from a few weeks ago that the New York Knicks have. I mean, Chris, we were on here. I remember you and me were on here talking about, is this the end for Tom Thibodeau? Is this the end for this player? Is this the end for that player?
I mean, it wasn't looking good, and even looking ahead to I think this stretch of games, we were saying, I don't know, we'll see, but again, these are not bad teams. The Bulls, their records says otherwise, but this is a talented team. I mean,
Yeah,
DeRozan, Levine, these guys can go off at any minute, and it just shows you how well the Knicks are playing defensively, especially tonight, where they locked up DeRozan for the most part. Someone who gets the free throw line, like 11 or 12 times a game, you know,
he was
they
crying a lot tonight, DeMar DeRozan.
and when you're home and the home team isn't getting the calls like that, I mean, you got to be doing something right defensively, right? It can't be just luck.
Yeah, and these referees again tonight were terrible. It was at the end of the half. There was a shot that who put it up? Jalen Brunson put it up, skimmed the rim. Knicks got the rebound. They didn't even call. They didn't even reset the shot clock. They gave them a shot clock violation. I mean, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about the referees. The Knicks won the
Remind
game.
me of the last game too, where that sort of same scenario happened.
Yeah, I mean, they even got together and were like discussing it, and they were like, "Nope, shot clock violation." And the MSG was playing the replay saying that, look, the ball clearly hit the rim. So the referees again were, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, you might get fined, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. The Knicks tonight shot 40% from three, Chris, 12 or 30, 46% from the field. I mean, talk about a few weeks ago, they were the dead last in NBA 3-point percentage, and now they're actually shooting pretty well, Chris. I mean, is it just a case of maybe the guys just needed some time to get their shot back? Brunson is shooting well. Randall has got his shot back. Barrett has been playing at an all-star level. Knicks are shooting the ball well, Chris, and it's showing that they're sharing the ball as well. 26 assists tonight. No, that was the Bulls. Sorry. 19 assists tonight. 13 steals. I mean, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, and again, that's a testament to the defense. And when the Knicks are clicking on defense, these past few years, that's exactly what the Knicks would do: force turnovers, get lots of steals on other teams, and just make them cough the ball up. And yeah, the 3-point shot is finally falling for us. And it was a brutal start to the season as far as 3-point shooting went. But even Tibbs would say, "I'm not worried about that. If they're open, shoot it. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come." And for his sake, it did come. And
Yeah.
it's in this type of a league nowadays, you need the 3-point shot to fall.
Yep. Knicks out rebound the Bulls once again, 50-39 offensive rebounds. The Knicks had 15. Chicago had 2. So Knicks are a dominant offensive rebounding team. It starts with Mitchell Robinson. Jericho Sims even got in the game there in the first half. Was active as hell. His energy is high. He's a great young upcoming player. Needs more playing time. Tom Thibodeau, give him more playing time. But yeah, Ihart with his offensive rebounding has been great all year. He's been underrated. Like I said, he's, I believe, number 6 or 7 in the NBA in terms of offensive rebounding. Mitchell Robinson is top 3. So when you got 2 guys on your team fighting for boards, second chance points, I mean, that's amazing right there. Fast break points, Knicks at 21 tonight. Points in the paint, 40. Yeah, just another overall solid victory for the New York Knicks. Like I said, they're 16-13 on the season. They go to Indiana, and yeah, man, 6 in a row. Quinta Grimes just tweeted, "One leg sleeve might be the new thing." He's wearing a one-legged sleeve. He's been wearing it for the past few games now, and I think he's gonna let it rock because he's shooting well, man.
You have to at this point. Players are superstitious, so I'm
Yeah,
sure that's stay on.
he's definitely gonna stay that on. Yeah, man. I mean, nothing but positive vibes for the New York Knicks. They've just looked incredible these last 6 games, 6 game winning streak, clicking on all cylinders, like I've been saying. And it's just a beautiful time in the city, beautiful time to be a New York Knicks fan. And couldn't come at a better moment after that Dallas debacle in the Garden. Knicks have won 6 straight from that game. We could point at the defense, Chris. We can point at the offense. Everything is clicking, man.
Yep, everything is just clicking, and who knows? You know, the Knicks could go on a little run here, especially if they take care of business at Indiana, and then Golden State's gonna be tough, but you know,
No
there's
Steph
gonna be
Curry.
no Curry. Yeah, no Curry, but still a tough team.
Yeah.
But the way the Knicks are playing, you know, you can't count them out.
Can't count them out at all. Like you said, they're at Indiana next, and then they have a 4-game homestand. Tough opponents, except Chicago. Versus Golden State, versus Toronto, versus Chicago, and then versus the Philadelphia 76ers on Christmas Day, which should be a cool matchup.
Yep.
Christmas is in a week, Chris. Can you believe that? A week and 2 days.
I gotta go shopping, man.
I know, man. I gotta go shopping too. I feel like I haven't bought pretty much anything. Everything is online nowadays. Time is flying. Christmas Day game is coming up. It's insane, man. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, it's insane. 6 straight dubs for the Knicks.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Christmas came early for us.
Christmas Day come early for us Knicks fans. I mean, Friday night Knicks. Still singing that same theme song on MSG. What's his name? Robert
Randolph.
Robert Randolph. Still singing that Friday night Knicks song.
It always gets me hype.
Yeah, man. I remember as a little kid, I used to just that theme song was on. And I used to get hyped for it, and it's still on, man. And I believe the Knicks have a losing record on Fridays too, ever since that theme song has been put out.
That's kind of sad, actually.
It is. It is. Yeah. I mean, just anything else you want to talk about tonight about the game? I mean, it's just. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
anything stands out.
What do you think about Quickly, man? Again, I know he's bringing it defensively, but you know that shot's not looking much better.
Yeah, I mean, Emmanuel Quickly coming off the bench. I believe he is now number 1 in the NBA in defensive rating, which is kind of crazy. I saw that stat on Twitter. So he's an elite defender, but 1 for 12 from 3. 1 for 12 from the field, 0 for 7 from 3. The shot has just been inconsistent for IQ pretty much all season. He's shooting 31% from 3. He's a career 35% 3-point shooter. He has these games like this where he's just hot and cold, but as long as he's giving us his defense on that end, I don't care. I think his shot is gonna come.
I agree too. I mean, it concerned me a little bit just because he hasn't had one of those games where, you know, he's really like exploded per se. But, you know, this is a guy who literally had no defense initially, or at least just maybe below average defense, and now he's an elite defender. That was ridiculous. If he's number 1, that's wow.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, wow.
Yeah, talk about a turnaround when it comes to that end of the ball. But you know, maybe I'm being a little bit selfish, and I want Quickly's offensive game to be going, and we're blowing out teams by 40. But you know, I just can't help but imagine how good it would be if Quickly was also firing on all cylinders too.
I know he's been hot and cold on the offensive end throughout the season, but his defense has been really amazing. One of the best defenders in the NBA, believe it or not. Numbers don't lie. Look it up. Yeah, man. Yeah, so IQ, he'll find his shot. iHeart, as long as he's providing 6 offensive rebounds tonight for Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, more than the Chicago Bulls as a team. Jericho Sims came in and had grabbed 2 offensive rebounds. I mean, Knicks are active on the offensive rebounding, and that's really huge for them. And Jalen Brunson once again playing hurt led the game tonight. Led the Knicks to a victory, along with Barrett and Randall and Grimes, especially 5 and 9. Grimes looked like he couldn't miss tonight. Quinton Grimes, he's gonna be a star, man. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he keeps going the way he's going. I have no doubt about that. I mean, what a steal in the draft. What a great draft pick by the Knicks, and even better, not to be tempted to trade him away, because old Knicks might have done that. They might have traded away all the young guys just to get a veteran or a been there, done that star.
yeah.
But you got to give the upper management credit. They stuck to their guns, and obviously they had some conviction on Grimes, and it's showing now.
Where are all the people that say, "Oh, the Knicks passed on this player. The Knicks passed on this player." But where are all the people that say, "Oh, this team passed on Quinton Grimes"? They're
Yeah,
non-existent. I don't see them at all. People love to shit on the Knicks about, "Oh, can you believe the New York Knicks passed on this player, this player?" Look at
it's
Quinton
like
Grimes, man.
yeah,
So many
it's like
teams pass on this guy. New York Knicks found a gem in the 20s, along with Emmanuel quickly. I don't hear a peep about it. Is that a Knick thing? Maybe that's a Knick thing. Maybe people love to shit on the Knicks, but look, man, Quinton Grimes has proven a lot of teams wrong. Knicks drafted him. I can go down the list if you wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. But so many teams pass on Grimes. We don't hear a peep from anybody about it. So
I mean, they literally said if they did a redo of the draft, Grimes would be a top 10 pick. Top 10.
yeah,
So
if
there
they
you go.
yeah, man, I believe it. If you did a redraft of that draft, Quinton Grimes would for sure be a lottery pick. Once again, I don't hear anybody saying, "Oh, this team passed on Grimes." Shout out to you, New York Knicks. You found a gem. Um, don't hear it at all. So Quinton Grimes, if he keeps it up, what year was he drafted? 2021. I'm looking it up right now. Round 1, pick 25. 2014's passed on Quinton Grimes. So yeah, man. Quinton Grimes is some of these Grimes has arrived, and during this winning streak, Quinton Grimes has been a factor in the Knicks winning these games, and he's has a bright future in this league. He's young. He plays defense. He's 22 years old, Chris. Knicks have a gem in this dude, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, almost from the jump, he came in ready to play, basically, and he's only gonna get better and better and better. It's it's something rare. I mean, overall, the Knicks new management, they have drafted well, but it's almost it's rare for us to kind of have these types of picks. It hasn't happened in a long time, but we got all these solid young pieces, and
Yeah.
it's good troubles to have anyway. Good troubles to have
What
for
I'm
sure.
what I'm looking at the 2021 draft, I had to look it up. The
Good.
Rockets had the Rockets had back-to-back picks in the 2021 draft and still didn't draft Quinton Grimes. So shout out to the Rockets for letting Quinton Grimes fall to the Knicks. Lakers passed on him. Hawks, Thunder, Grizzlies,
Oh,
Thunder,
man. Lakers
again,
could use Grimes right now.
Wizards, Warriors, Pacers, Spurs, Hornets, Pelicans, Kings. You get the point. I mean, so many teams pass on Grimes, and he's finally showing that he. What do you think his upside is? What do you think he can like? Who compare him to somebody? Who do you think Quinton Grimes can
It's
beat?
funny. Not that I compare him to him, but I have heard a lot of comps recently, at least comparing him to a Klay Thompson type.
Oh,
So, I mean, as a Knicks fan, I'll take that.
yeah.
But
He has a
he's
quick
shown,
release.
yeah, he's. I think it's a pretty decent comp. I mean, I know he's only getting started, but I could see it if he continues in this path that he's going. I mean, sky's the limit for him.
Sky is the limit indeed, and Yeah, man. I mean, that's Quinton Grimes for you. Great defender. Offensive game is coming along. He wasn't consistent offensively for the Knicks this season, but look, he hasn't been playing, and it just took him a while to get his legs back. And
Yep.
now he's shooting the ball well, efficiently, and it's just beautiful to see. The mid three over the last 3 games. You ready for this?
Yes. How
RJ
mid were
RJ Barrett, 21 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 2.9 assists. Jalen Brunson, 21 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 6 assists. Julius Randle's averaging 25 points per game, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Julius Randle's playing at all NBA type status, so it starts with him, trickles down to Brunson playing well, then it goes to RJ Barrett. I mean, mid three, right?
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem very mid, but right now they're rolling, and you gotta love it as a Knicks fan. I mean, we gotta take the positives and the happy moments when we can, and we just
Yep.
gotta keep this rolling. Keep this rolling.
Keep it rolling, baby. Starts with the Pacers. Next game, gotta take care of business and just go from there. Just keep stacking these victories. Where are the New York Knicks now in the Eastern Conference? I saw that Brooklyn one. Kyrie Irving hit a game winner tonight.
Boo.
They're number 6. They're still number 6. Heat have won 3 straight. They're right behind them at 15 and 15. Pacers are behind them. Hawks are behind them. Yeah, man. Knicks are number 6. Damn.
Wow. Did Orlando beat Boston?
Yeah, I actually bet on that game too, which was crazy. The Orlando Magic have won 5 straight games.
Wow.
I'm about to text my coworkers are like a huge Celtic fan.
Yeah.
I gotta text them after the stream. But yeah, the Knicks have won 6 in a row. The Heat behind them have won 3 in a row. The 76ers in front of them have won 4 in a row. The Brooklyn Nets have won 5 in a row. The Cavs have won 2 in a row. So I mean, it just stinks that the Knicks have won all these games and everyone is winning as well. So the Knicks can't really jump ahead of anyone, but
Go figure, right?
Go
We
figure.
gotta find some negative to it.
Exactly. If you want to find a negative, there's your negative. Everyone keeps
There it is.
winning along with the Knicks. Whatever. Hopefully somebody can lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
man.
we're gonna wrap up this post game. New York Knicks have won 6 in a row, like I've been saying all episode. 16 to 13 on the season. They are now 9 to 6 away from the Garden. They're 500 at home. Next game is against the Indiana Pacers. Once again, I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. That's my co-host Chris. Yeah, man. Hope you enjoy the post game. If you're on Apple or Spotify, really appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Like this video for your boy. Really appreciate it as well. It's Friday night. Trying to get out of here. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go.